Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Love Witch. Today, we are going to be talking about the excretory system. That's right, poop. Everybody poops. We all have this physical system, but what you might not be aware of is how it's connected emotionally and spiritually to the issues in your life. And when we actually end up having physical ailments with the excretory system, it does have to do with our emotional and spiritual selves, different things going on in our life, and so much more. So stay tuned to watch this episode, learn about the excretory system and how you can ensure better health with that part of your body by doing your healing work and staying on top of things in your own personal life. So today I've got Lonnie helping me again as moderator. So be sure to check us out, chat with us. There's Lonnie. Go ahead and chat with us right below the video here and ask. Gosh, I can't speak today.
Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, exactly. Mercury retrograde. The computers are crazy. My communication is crazy. But go ahead and leave us some comments so we can get back to you, answer your questions right in the chat. Of course, if you're watching this after the fact, be sure to check out the entire playlist for The Love Witch, where we talk about many different systems in the body, the mind, body, spirit connection, and really helping you to bring forward the information that you need to receive your own healing. So thank you. Hi, Karina. Welcome. So, and of course, hi, Tracy, welcome. And of course, for those of you who are new and this is your first time tuning in, The Love Witch is all about love, helping you heal your heart, live your best life, and manifest your soulmate. And the color of pink, my hair color, is actually the soulmate color. And so I wear this to honor you, to help remind you to put this energy into your life, to add more pink to your life, to stay focused on being your best soulmate and attracting your highest potential soulmate in a partner. So, okay, let's get started.
So much so she literally wrote the book on it.
That's true. That's true. I did write the book, The Love Book, which will actually help you go through all the processes of healing from painful relationships, heal your painful past, brutal breakups, divorce, really put those pieces back together, clear your love blocks, and rebuild your emotional system, and then manifest your soulmate. You can't get your highest potential soulmate when you're still broken because you're just not an energetic match for them. So as much as you are trying to manifest them in, if you're not the correct vibration yet, it's a mismatch. They won't find you. So it's very, very important to do that healing work. It's very, very important to release the painful past, heal your heart, and then you can manifest and be in that open, receptive state for your sweetheart. So yes, be sure to check out The Love Book. It's available on Amazon. Okay, and it's actually, I just got a notice it's going to be available right now, I think in Amazon in Australia. That's a brand new version of Amazon that this will be available on as well. And of course, there's the digital download. So you can always just download it quick to your Kindle and read it that way and get all the hot tips in there. Hi, Allison. Welcome. And Eliza, it's very nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Mason, hello, hello. I know I'm just like stutter speeching today. I need to move my mouth more. So yes, it's been very, very hot here. Yesterday we did go to a pool party. A bunch of friends got together and it was wonderful to see everybody, and it was extraordinarily hot. I mean, even the pool water was hot. So I just sat there and splashed myself and tried to stay in the wind. So wherever you are tuning in from, I hope you're having a beautiful weekend, and I hope you do get to enjoy some sunshine wherever you are. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to go ahead and talk about the excretory system, and I'm going to break that down for you so that you can relate to this information better and know what we're talking about. Okay, so there we go. Thank you, Lonnie. Okay, the excretory system. When you select the excretory card, it indicates that it is time for you to get rid of something in your life. This may show up as a health-related issue having to do with the excretory system, or maybe emotional or symbolic. The excretory system of the body includes the urinary system, kidneys, liver, lungs, and skin. Imagine your body functioning at its optimum level to remove all waste from your body so that it can radiate health. This system often holds on to old anger and resentment and often stores trauma from sexual abuse. Healing your body will require you to release these past events that have hurt you. It is advised to seek out an alternative healer that knows how to clear these traumas from the cells of your body. Allow yourself to be gently guided through the letting go process. You are worthy of being loved completely, even by yourself. Nurturing and intimate relationships can be very healing for you as you release issues of past wounds. This may also indicate that you are in the process of changing your life and have decided to eliminate all useless items from your past. At times, this may be a job, relationship, furniture, or anything else that you associate with this old energy. Thank everything you release for serving you as you move ahead with a fresh outlook. Some alternative or additional meanings. If you are affected by recurring bladder infections, there is a need to release old anger and resentments that have been keeping you pissed. Prostate health is affected by unresolved emotions from the past, from past relationships. Heal the emotions and do a heavy metal detox. Embrace your physical body and honor it with healthy food and lifestyle. It is time to let go of all issues relating to being a victim and allow your body to release any waste at this time. Waste may be toxins or emotions that no longer serve you. I actually really like to talk about the excretory system. And I know that there's so many different issues that are arising lately with colon cancer, colon health. It seems to be on a real increase. And actually, both of my parents, Lonnie's grandparents, have had some colon cancer issues. It's just much more common these days. I know a lot of people that have gone through this, and it's really important to know that you can continue to cleanse your body, that it would be probably very beneficial for you to do emotional work, but also the physical process of cleansing. So they actually have places you can go to receive the kind of nutrients and toxins or enemas or whatever process you want to use to cleanse that system. Physically cleansing is equally as important as emotional and spiritual cleansing. So it's real important that you look at things that you've been holding on to. And some people, they don't even realize that they are holding on to things of the past until you get into a conversation with them. And how that turns up is when someone's telling you about their story. And as soon as they open their mouth about their story and they start to go into their past, they literally start vibrating where they did in the past when the events were first happening. So if their painful past brought them into victimhood and they tell their story and recall that, they're literally vibrating as a victim again and bringing that energy into the present moment. When you do this, you keep cycling in that pattern of energy and do not allow yourself to release it and be healed and whole and moving forward. So it's very, very important. Pay attention to your storytelling. Pay attention to how you describe yourself. Pay attention to your conversations and your thoughts about that. It's real important. And I noticed that yesterday, just mingling, and talking to people. And, I had this one conversation where this beautiful girl was talking to me about manifesting love and this and that. But she kept referring back to some painful past memories of relationships and holding herself into that energy. And I was like, I could see that she had already created this reality for herself, but she couldn't vibrationally reach it because she kept going back into her old energy. So keep that in mind. When you are trying to achieve your next level life, you're trying to vibrationally increase for love, finances, and health, it's very important that you do not continue to discuss or think about or feel things from the past. Do not reactivate any of that victim consciousness or your painful memories of the past. The past truly is in the past. The memory of it is what exists in the cells of your body. And that's why when you release energy from the cells of your body, you truly can be in the present moment and begin to move forward. And that is what you want to do for your most extraordinary life. And you all deserve to have that. Would you like to add anything, Lonnie?
No, I agree. I think being able to release the old so that you can bring in the new is always important. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's all. That's great.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll tell you, I don't mind sharing these stories because I think it's really important information. But through the years, many years I've been doing this work, I have told people all the time about like colon cleanses. Colon cleanses are really a powerful way to cleanse the system. And one of the things you might not know about that is when you do a really good colon cleanse and you remove physical blockages within your body, it actually does help you to shift your emotions and thoughts because that energy is, it's reflective in that. So you can actually work with your emotions and spiritual body, and that will help your physical body heal, or you can actually do a physical cleanse and begin to shift emotionally and spiritually. It doesn't matter which way you start. It will affect all aspects of mind, body, spirit. But I have told many people over the years about one of my favorite cleanses. It's actually called Dr. Natura Colon Cleanse. And it's like a 3-product cleanse. I think there's a tea, there's a like kind of like grains, something that you mix in, pills. And so there's like a 3-part process, and you take it for a full month. And they are extraordinary. I mean, I should be an advertisement for me because I've been advertising this product for so many years, but they're
sponsor us.
Right. Sponsor us. Yeah. But it's like, really, I have guided people to that. And I always say, use your best discernment, make sure that it's right for you. You know, I can't say that there's guarantees. All I can tell you is that I have told many of my students and clients about it. And they have on their own went and taken the Dr. Natura cleanse and told me about all the stuff that came out and how it shifted them emotionally and spiritually. I mean, sometimes people do cleanses to kind of get rid of the bloating, help their body process things better, all the food and chemicals better. It's kind of like a nice restart. And this is a really good time of year. Spring and early summer are a really good time to do this release. And it'll help you look a little bit better in your bathing suit too, get rid of some of that extra bloating and that stagnant energy from winter. But it is really a good time of year to do it. So you can check that out. I don't have a link for it, but you can Google it and find them online. Do you remember some of the stories we've had about that?
I never did it myself, but I think a lot of them kind of came from like your friends mostly, where I was like, oh, that's like it's crazy stuff when they do the cleanse, like as far as what they were able to like expel.
Yes.
And but good, because it's like good. You don't want that in your body. You don't want to carry that with you. So.
Yes. And I will be we'll go ahead and just dive right in, because as we're talking about it, we have to cover this part of it. Every living being has parasites. So when you're on a really good colon cleanse, it should also be an anti-parasitic, which will release any parasites in your system and eggs, which sounds absolutely disgusting, but I don't mind. I love talking about poop, and I love it because when you do it right, you feel good. You spend your life just feeling better physically and having more mental clarity. So don't be afraid to address your poop. Like, let's see how your health is going by what that looks like and how your body is feeling.
And think about this too, when you release, any of those parasites or any of those things that are in your body that are kind of leeching off of your energy.
Yes.
When you consciously release that, it'll also help you consciously release those energies in your daily life. That's people, that's like energy vampires.
Yes, absolutely.
Parasitic friendships, parasitic anything that's holding you back emotionally, spiritually, energetically.
It's essential that you know that. If you have been victimized in the past and you still talk about it and think about it and feel the emotions of when you were victimized, chances are you have parasites, because they broadcast that victim mentality. So when you do a cleanse to kill the parasites and then cleanse your colon to really remove all aspects of that, you actually can shift your consciousness in a much better, more clear way. So if you're feeling victimized, you most likely have parasites, and you'll know this if you have parasitic people around you, because the outside world will duplicate what's going on in your inside world. So it's really important to be able to talk about this, be able to just, address it, and know that there's products and herbs and nutrients that can really help you to clear your body, and that will affect everything else going on in your life. All right. So hi, Mary. We got some more people. Welcome everybody who's come in here today. Put your questions right in the chat. I'd love to answer your questions for you. And Lonnie will keep an eye on those.
Oh, yeah.
So, have you ever seen, I don't know if you guys have cats, but if you've ever seen a cat, slowly walk over to the litter box, and then they go in there and poop, and they come dashing out, pouncing, and they feel so light and lively. That's the same way that you feel when you cleanse out and release that old energy. So your excretory system is very important. And doing any kind of cleansing, should always use the best products. Make sure you get recommendations from people that that have done it, that have had success with it. There are some types of cleansing that may be harmful. You don't want to cleanse too fast. You want your body to do it nice and gently. Years ago, I think it was, 25 years ago, there was a product. I don't even know if it's still there, but it was basically like colon blow or something. And it was just like the name sounds.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, use your best discernment, but it's best to take something very gentle that will continue to release everything that's been stored within that system of your body. But you will receive a lot of health benefits. Your thinking will be clear. You'll be able to move forward without victim consciousness, and you'll just feel better in your body.
I know some people are kind of skittish about talking about poop.
Do you want to come over here?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see Lonnie. Who wants to see Lonnie today?
I know some people are kind of worried about or embarrassed about talking about poop or releasing or expelling stuff, but it's kind of a necessary part of.
Oh yeah.
Obviously you have to biologically, but also energetically, it's so important for you to know how to release things, when to release things, because if you're holding on to things in your life that you're not afraid or that you're too afraid to let go of, it's not only going to energetically block you up, but it's going to physically block you up. So you're going to be constant. Have you ever heard that? There's this phrase that one of my friends uses all the time, and they're always like, oh man, I was so stressed. My butthole was clenched the whole time. And I'm like, that's not okay. That's not normal. You're supposed to clench your butthole when you're stressed. And just the entire
that's
time.
A total fear response.
That's oh my God, calm down. It's all right. And then it's a regular thing, but it's no. Just shake it out, shake it out, and then learn how to release the stuff that stresses you out. Learn how to release the things that are holding you back and that, you're carrying and you don't need to carry anymore. I've heard stories too. People are like, oh yeah, I poop once a week. And I'm like, I don't know if that's normal.
No, that would be very toxic.
That's sitting in your body for no.
They generally say that if you have 3 meals a day, you should probably poop 3 times a day. That your system should be continually cycling out food, that it's not just once a day or once a week. People that get real backed up, that is indicative of an emotionally sluggish system where they're holding on to old energies and literally holding on to their poop. Okay. So it's really important to get that system flowing and really be in the present moment with your emotions as well.
Butthole's constantly like this. Constantly. Let it go, man. Let it go. Release the past. Shake it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have a hard time with that because their past has led them to here, and they feel like those stories and their experiences are so much a part of what they're doing in their life. But unfortunately, when they keep recalling them and going through them, especially in the emotional way, I went through this, it was so hard, and then I went through this and that was so hard, and it was okay, what did those challenges teach you? But I work with a lot of people that have experienced many different types of trauma, and trauma is always because the brain doesn't understand it's no longer happening. The brain literally thinks you're still in the moment of the event that caused trauma. And so it's important that if you have experienced trauma, if you've had PTSD, it's important to do the mind-body work to understand your brain can switch from that mindset into that's no longer happening. That happened 10 years ago or 20 years ago, and now I'm in the current moment. But the brain is interesting because sometimes it will just keep recycling and reloop until you've given it another neural pathway to follow. So it's important to do those types of healing and mindset shifts to make sure that you're actually living as vibrantly as you can, and it's a process, it's a process to get there. But what I find is most people that have experienced trauma, they go back to their trauma and recall it from the past and then project it into their future. And so all around them, it's just this old traumatic energy, victimhood, and helplessness that they're really recreating, remembering and recreating at the same time. And that keeps them in a state of absolute panic and anxiety. And all it takes is to really close your eyes and remember, wait, that's no longer happening. That event was over. It was over a long time ago. It's not happening. I'm here. I feel this way. I'm working on these things. I'm proud of myself. I have good things I'm happy and I feel appreciation for. That'll start to correct your energy immediately. And then as you project forward, it can be better, stronger, more positive thoughts. And that's how you're creating your newer, better reality, your next level life. So it's always starting from here and aspiring higher and releasing that past. So that's one of the best ways to do it. Stop reflecting and projecting. Stay right here.
And talking about the importance of being able to release things too. It's like, I know some people are afraid of letting things go. And
Yes.
you kind of address that a little bit, but like kind of going further and deeper into that, I like to explain it kind of as like, it's like a river, right? Like your emotions, your energy, your life is like a river. When you refuse to release things, that river will get blocked up with all of these sticks and twigs, and it's kind of like creating like a little beaver dam, right? But like not in a good way, in a bad way. Like all that energy gets blocked up. It can't go anywhere. It gets stuck and stagnant. The river will become like icky. Like it'll become stagnant. It'll become just not healthy, like there won't be, all the things that happen in like the ecosystem, like biologically that happen, but that happens within your body when you're not releasing those energies and you're refusing to kind of like let go of that dam, right? That blockage. All that energy is going to get really stagnant and kind of icky because it's not being refreshed. It's not being cleansed and it's not flowing the way that it should be. So,
and in that too, you actually keep reproducing the same mindset that you had.
It loops because it's not going anywhere.
You're stuck in a loop. You're not letting new information or energy in. And so you're just recreating the same old. And that's where people feel really hopeless and helpless about their lives because no matter how hard they try, it just ends up being the same. If you have that going on, this is a really important message for you today to get that energy moving. And it may be time for you to do a physical cleanse.
Take a poo.
As well as a spiritual mental cleanse. Do some healing work. Release the past. Release traumas. Release pain. Release victimhood. Whichever way that you can get there for yourself is going to be the best way. But I do advise doing it a nice, gentle process. So don't look for like an immediate response. Look for something that's going to continually improve. So just be consistent with it and allow your body to continue to improve vibrationally and accept better health and clearer thought forms and energy and flow better. Okay, so we've got some questions in there, Lonnie.
We do.
Okay.
Let's go with this one first.
Okay. Hi, Jenna.
Can you use theta healing to obtain the same thing versus a colon cleanse? Any suggestions to specific verbiage you can use to let go of past relationship issues so you no longer think/talk about it?
Absolutely. First of all, Jenna's a theta healing student, practitioner. You're a practitioner. So, and a medium. So,
and we have the same name.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So, Jenna, that's such a good question. Yes, you can use that for sure. So the most important thing in shifting an old paradigm is because everything serves us. Every single thing you have been through serves us. Does not mean you need to hang on to it. Okay. But if you get the lesson, you can release it. And that's what you're supposed to do. So you can continue to move forward and attract what's right for you at the time it's right for you. Holding on to the past is living in fear that you'll never attract in what's meant for you now. So that old habit is really a lack and fear-based mentality. So the way that you would use theta healing or any other kind of mindset training, spiritual healing techniques is to look at what you're holding on to, look at the space it's taken up in your life and old thought patterns around it. And maybe you have some identity wrapped into that as well. take the lesson. So ask yourself, what did you learn from this? What was the value of this? And if it's hard to figure out, close your eyes and ask to be shown what your soul needed to learn from it. What did your soul learn from the experience? Once you get the lesson, just give gratitude to the experience, all the people that played very essential roles in your life to bring this lesson to you, and then bless them and release them. And you'll move forward with the lesson without having to recreate any patterning around that. You won't have to relive it anymore. So this is how you can pull it out. And if you're actually in the theta brainwave, once you get the lesson, you can go up to creator, mark that lesson complete, pull out the belief systems around it that you have to stay in that space or always have somebody come in your life to remind you of this lesson, or that you have to hold on to certain people from your past because of fear of not attracting better people or more appropriate people for where you are now. So removing those kind of programs and then instilling some feelings for feeling safe, understanding your own current vibration, trusting the future, trusting what you bring into your life, and just being more open to your continual growth. So people from your past don't often match up with you now, and certainly not in the future. Sometimes they do if you're continuing to grow together, and that's a commitment both people make. But most often what happens is one person holds themselves back because they're afraid to outgrow the people that have been important to them in their past. And it's important to know that everyone has their own journey, and the roles you played have already been significant, already did their purpose, and you can bless them and release them and move forward. That's what your soul wants to do. We're here to grow, you guys. We're here to grow. We're here to love everybody, not hold on to them tightly and try to build our life around them forever, you know? And so we have to accept situations and people and life circumstances in a more fluid way that will really honor you and your loved ones that come in and out of your life.
Big reminder, if all that talk it sounds interesting and you're not sure what theta healing is, Diana has theta healing classes that she offers online.
I do.
You want to look into more of that, follow the link that we have on the screen. There's also links below this video, so check those out.
Yes, I do. I'm actually, you know, people, well, I've got a class coming up in July, but that only, it's for Dig Deeper. You'd have to have basic and advanced first before you could take the Dig Deeper class. But I do have that one coming up in July. And yes, I teach them live on Zoom. I work with people in all different countries. So yeah, if you're ever interested in the Theta Healing classes, be sure to check out my website at www.dianapalm.com. So
awesome.
I love the modality of Theta Healing is extraordinary. I've been a healer my entire life, learned from many, many people, shaman, priests, healers from all over the world. And when I found Theta Healing, it just very neatly put everything together that I'd ever learned and made it more clear and precise. And of course, I teach certification classes, so people that take my classes can work with the public. And it's nothing more, I think, I don't know, rewarding than seeing people really make a shift, like really have an aha moment within themselves so that they start creating something different in their life. So I love it. So yeah, be sure to check that out. Okay, do we have any more? What did
Tracy says,
okay.
Did the colon cleanse you recommended. It created space for huge shifts. So much gratitude for beautiful Diana Palm. We appreciate your in-depth knowledge so much.
Oh, thank you, Tracy.
Awesome. Happy to hear that cleanse worked. That's awesome.
What?
Happy to hear that cleanse worked.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I've had people like tell me like the disgusting things that they poop out. You know, they're like, I usually, once I recommend it, I usually get like the daily phone call. So beware if you recommend this to people.
I feel like you need to beware. I'd be like, I don't know if I want to hear all this.
No, I know, but people would literally call me and go, oh my God, you know, and they would tell me the stuff that would come out. But, you know, better out than in. That's what I say. If it's in there and it's not pretty, let's just get it out, you know.
That's true. That's true.
So a lot of times we're just focused on here, but let's like look at our internal body and how are our internal organs working? How are they functioning and how are they showing up? And if you can help them out by changing your diet, drinking more water, or doing a really good cleanse, you really actually revitalize your whole system. And I think this is also a good time coming out of COVID. People have been hogging down on excess food. I know I did this whole last year. I've been really mindful and made some big changes in my diet now for the last couple months. But during the whole pandemic, whoa, what are you going to do? I ate and ate and ate, you know, it was my only entertainment. So it's good to get on top of things and eliminate things that don't bring vitality into your body. So it's also, you know, just a really good time to cleanse out the energy. If you do a cleanse right now, that's what you'll be releasing, is the stored, trapped, isolated energy of COVID. So anything that you experience during pandemic is a stuck energy. So you'll be able to clear your body of those energies and frequencies by doing a really beautiful cleanse. So,
all right.
All right. Do we have any more questions?
Eliza asks, will you be demonstrating the mind-body healing today?
Well, the mind-body, well, it would be, let's see. Well, I'm not going to go through a meditation today, Eliza. Thank you for asking about that, though. But with the mind-body healing, it's so individual, because I find in everybody's system that they're holding on to different unique things in there. And unless they get the lesson, they tend to create the same pattern with something else. So in that case, I would say it's better to do a private session where you can actually get in and find out what things you're holding on to, why you've been holding on to them for so long, how it served you to hold on to them for so long, how what your soul really, really wanted to learn from the experience that you've been preventing yourself from learning, and then bringing it fully through your body. So I'd actually recommend, you know, if you have some stuff like this that are being triggered, some things that you really are mindful that you'd like to release, it'd be really good to set up a private session so we can work specifically with your issues. I find that there's just so many different issues that people stuff down there. So, okay. Yeah. Do you have anything you want to add, Lonnie?
No, I agree.
Okay.
I think as far as like doing mind-body healing, it's definitely very individual.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we were, I think my fear is if we were to do like some sort of like meditation or healing right now, focus on the excretory system, and if you were to put some beliefs in, I don't want people like pooping their pants.
Yeah, right. You would start pooping everybody.
Everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, I'm releasing all the energy. Oh, the energy's releasing. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, we have had things like that happen, not quite to that extent, but like when I'm in sessions,
possible.
Yes, when I've been in sessions with people that have carried a lot of victim consciousness for many, many years, thinking everyone's doing mean things to them, and they feel very, you know, unable to get on top of it and feel empowered. While they're working with me in a session, they'll share, you know, how bloated they feel, how stuck they feel, how blocked in every area of their life. And when I do the body scan, I can see that they're holding a lot of energy down there. And as we release it, they'll be like, I think I have to poop. I'm like, okay, go ahead. You know, and they're like, oh my gosh. And then they'll confide in me that they hadn't gone for several days or a week, you know, that this has been a problem of getting backed up. So doing theta healing and clearing these things will get the system going.
Well, it's funny too, because I have a couple of friends in my life that are, something that I've kind of recognized is that people that have a hard time letting go also have a hard time with control.
Yes.
So people that have a difficult time releasing energy
Yes.
have a hard time with accepting that they don't always have control over that energy too.
Yes. And often that patterning can come from experiencing some sort of crisis, conflict, or abuse in early childhood. So you overcorrect by trying to control all the elements and hold everything in place because that makes your world feel safe. But what it really does is put you in a prison. It doesn't allow you to be who you really are, which is divine and powerful. You co-create your life. You don't just go through the motions and do what people expect you to do. You're literally co-creating it, right? But if you haven't reached that mindset yet, you probably still have to release some things that you were raised to believe about yourself that are not true. So yes, it's imperative to make that shift.
Big time.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a few cards here. We got our little bag, and Lonnie was adding more to our bag. Whoops. Okay, let's see here. All right. Alternative healing. I love it. Yes. So as a healer, I have been working with the healing world my entire life. When Lonnie was just a baby, I went to Medjugorje, learned right from the healing priest about how to do exorcism, clear negative entities, and sometimes those stagnant energies can also cause many, many physical illnesses. So that was like back when I was 24, or 25. I can't remember. I think it was 25 when I was in Bosnia. Anyways, in the meantime, I learned ear candling, Reiki. I went to school for herbalism. I did everything that you can think of, and then began doing theta healing in 2006. And I stuck with it because it made everything else more effective. So there's no right or wrong. That's the point of this. There's no right or wrong. Whatever type of theta, whatever kind of alternative healing you feel led to, there's a reason why it resonates with you. And it will work the best for you. If somebody advises that you do something, then you're like, oh, I don't know. Don't do it. Maybe that's not the right one for you. You should resonate with it. You should understand it, or you should feel the benefits of it. And no one modality is going to fit for everybody, so it's kind of like an exploration to see. And you want to also be able to be relatable with the practitioner that's helping you. So it's about that personality, that connection there, and the effectiveness of the modality. Because the more you trust in your practitioner, the more benefits you'll receive from healing. It's a really symbiotic relationship. They can't just go to work like a mechanic and flip the lid and fix everything. You have to be an agreeable source. You have to be cooperating with the healing, which means you trust them enough to open up, be vulnerable, let it out, express the truth, and then they can get in there and help you really shift your paradigm around the things that have been keeping you stuck. So that is really, really important for you to have that kind of bond and trust with the alternative medicine that you use and the practitioner that you select. Okay, so let's see what else. Okay, which is, yeah. So she put this one in just for today, and it's perfect because it's exactly right on target. Okay, cleanse, mind, body, spirit. And I'm going to hold that up there for a minute. Okay, you can't cleanse one without the other, and there's no wrong place to start. So you select, you can make that decision. Do I want to start with my mind by positive mindset shifts? Do I want to start with my body by doing a physical cleanse and cleaning up my diet? Or do I want to start with my spirit and start meditating and releasing and tuning in with nature and spending more time in water? Any which way you do it, it's all going to come around. It will benefit all systems for you. So cleanse, it's time to cleanse. So it's all about releasing. And, when you do increase, I'd like to say when you increase your nutrition and your foods that you're eating, making them more green, that means not eating out of a box, at least temporarily. Put all the prepackaged food away, get some greens in your body, get something that's full of vitality for your body. That will also put so much nutrients into your body and make it really easy to release the lower vibrational foods and all the toxins that you've been putting in there. So when you're doing a cleanse, it's really, really imperative to feed it and give it extra green nutrients.
Talking about nutrition too, I actually watched a video recently. A girl she is a nutritionist, but she has a focus on like healing. So it's like healing nutrition. So she helps people heal a lot of internal issues within their body based on, completely changing and shifting their diets. And what she said was, and this kind of stuck with me because I knew this, but the way that she said it just like stuck in my brain because I was like, you know what, that's what I think I needed to hear. So I felt like I could have a better understanding of how this affects my body. I'm cuddling a pillow over here, don't mind me. But basically what she had said was that when the food that you put into your body literally builds the cells that your body is made from. So she said how so much disease, so much unhealthiness, so much of what we carry mentally and physically, because you think about your body and your brain is your body is like what, 75% water, 70% water. Your brain is like, I think like 80%, like it's mostly water up there. Like that's mostly water. So like making sure you're drinking enough water, you're cleansing, because it's actually going to physically affect your brain and also your gut health, right?
they say that your gut is your second brain. So if you're putting things into your body that are going to be unhealthy, you know, it's going to make your brain unhealthy too. So everything is connected. And then you know, it all ties into the excretory too, because if you're putting stuff into your body that's blocking it up, it's going to be really hard to release things, not only physically but also energetically and spiritually. So if one, it's kind of like a system. I like to imagine like 3 wheels spinning together, like and if one of the wheels gets like blocked up, they're all going to be like and they're all going to kind of stop spinning as well. So you kind of want to make sure you're all in balance with all departments.
Absolutely. And I think if you're not clear on like what kind of steps you can do, just start by like eliminating, at least for like a couple weeks, just give your body a reprieve. Cut out all sugar, all flour, and all starches.
Maybe caffeine too. That's my big one. I'm a coffee fiend.
Yes, I mean you can start with whatever you want to.
Start with what you need to.
But those are going to be the 3 main ones in your system. You know, it would be the sugar, the flour, and the starches. So that means you'd be meeting, you know, and there's people that don't eat meat. That's fine. You know, I prefer the way my ancestors did, you know, and the Native Americans would bless it doesn't matter. Everything's alive, you know. It doesn't matter if it's a piece of grass or an animal. Just honor the spirit and then bless the food to raise the vibration and eat it with gratitude. So it doesn't matter if you eat meat or don't eat meat. It doesn't matter if you're vegan, vegetarian. It doesn't matter. Bless your food, get the highest source, highest quality of it that you can consume, and give gratitude for it so that you know the cycle of life is still completing. It's still, you're part of that. Okay. But that's really important. Just cut out the stuff that's really not from nature or the stuff that is really detrimental to your body. And so that'd be sugar, flour, and starch. Okay. Okay, let's do one more card. And I love the cleanse card. You guys will see if you do any kind of cleansing. I mean, you can even just say cleansing from negative people for 2 weeks, cleansing from negative thoughts for 2 weeks, cleansing from feeling sorry for myself for 2 weeks. You can cleanse in whatever way feels right for you. Okay. All right. And yes, of course. Release your past.
I almost released that heart.
I did. I release your past. Okay. And the best way to do that, honestly, is what I said earlier. It was there for a reason, no matter how painful it was that you lived through it. The experiences brought you a lesson. And the only reason you're still feeling pain and victimhood around it is because you have not received your lesson. Once you receive the lesson, your ego can release feeling victimized by the event. So it's very important for you to get all your power back and to say, what was my soul learning from that? You know, like, what did I learn from being treated so badly? What did I learn from being rejected? What did I learn from this event that was so painful? And what you may find out is that you were learning about your own value. And it was okay to have a voice, and it was okay for you to raise your bar of what you wanted to experience in life. And it was okay for you to follow your dreams and stop clinging to elements of the past that made you feel safe and small, you know? And so once you really get that lesson, you can be like, thank you, all you jerks, for showing up and teaching me this lesson. I totally get it. And I forgive you all because you were bringing me the lesson and I needed it. We all do our work here, right? Everything begins and ends with self. So when the universe is bringing you hardships one after the next, it's because you need to learn something. And what you need to learn is a shift in your own being, not always attracting it from others, right? It starts right here. You shift your own way of being and other people show up different towards you. That's the way that works. Okay. So anything else here?
Let's talk about this one. When you do a cleanse like you're talking about, would things come out shaped like the colon and black when using psyllium husk and bentonite clay?
Would things come out that way, shaped like the colon? Okay. You know, it's all different, Eliza. Honestly, with the Dr. Natura one, the experiences that I've had with students and clients for so many years is it's different every day. So it's not like just moving one impacted area. It might be removing like a lot of different things, but the psyllium husk does expand and scrape, basically scrape it out. So that you're getting stuff, the sludge out of there that's been packed in there for a long time. So it's going to be a little bit different every time. And your body will continue to cleanse and continue to eliminate and release, detox all of that stuff. So it'll look different. But like I said, it's pretty gentle. I've done it myself. I really like that system. And it's good. And the clays, those are good. Really good for detoxing the skin too. And that's part of your excretory system. So yeah, you can do those types of baths. Actually, remember we had that really great clay that we got from the...
I actually still use it for face masks.
Yeah, Lonnie uses it for face masks to clear up her skin. You can use it in the bathtub. And I believe, doesn't it pull heavy metals out?
Probably.
I believe that's why we got it initially. Yeah, we got a big box of really, therapeutic grade clay for that. So there's many, many ways to detox, and it's fun, and you feel good when you cleanse and detox your body. So find one that feels right for you. This week is all about excretory system and getting super, super clear. So whichever way feels right for you, we're just going to send you lots of love and support, knowing that you will find the right one for you, and just be mindful that that's what this week is about, right? Cleanse that system, get some new nutrients in there, some new beautiful thoughts, some new beautiful self-love, and move forward into your higher vibrational future, leaving that past behind. All right, everyone. If that's all the questions we've got, I just want to thank you so much for coming here and tuning in with us today. And we'll see you next week on The Love Witch.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, we love you. Bye-bye.